This is how I can prove it to you. The world is so crazy right now in real life. In Hollywood, they don't even make science fiction no more if it ain't Marvel or Disney or some shit like that. Because you cannot make up shit that's crazier than our real news every day in this country. It is crazy. Unbelievable. Nick Cannon got 136 children, Jesus. Did you know that? Did you know Nick was fucking like that? He deserved a Nobel Penis Prize. He is working. You can laugh at Nick Cannon right now if you want to. They not gonna be laughing at Nick Cannon 100 years from now. 100 years from now, Nick Cannon is gonna be one of the greatest niggas that ever lived. He got the same amount of kids as Abraham, bitch. Do you understand what that means biblically? It's gonna be whole cities of niggas related to Nick Cannon. That's the Ben Cannons over there. This our real news. The Brat and Miss Big Booty Judy just had a brand new baby, and not just any baby. We celebrate any baby. This ain't gonna be just any baby. Keep your eye on this one. This gonna be one of the greatest babies that was ever born. You ain't never seen a baby like this. You talking about 100% white man with a strong black woman as a mama and a strong black woman as a daddy. You ain't gonna be able to tell this white nigga shit, do you hear me? He gonna be showing up at the cookout unannounced, knocking over potato salad and trying ribs. He's a gang member at night, and by day, he owns a credit union. It's our real news. Superhero motivation in the real news. One of our finest, greatest living actors, Robert De Niro, 80 years old, just had a brand new goddamn baby. Look at the men. What? Yes. What are you doing with your nuts? Just sitting on them? Not our boy De Niro. You 80 with a baby, can't nobody tell you shit. Not in this life or the next. The fuck? You seeing a miracle. If you a man 20, 30, 40, you shoot off 10 million sperm at one time. Not our boy De Niro. He shot off one sperm. His last sperm. He wasn't even racing nobody, it was just him. The first great grandbaby daddy. All I'm saying is believe in yourself. It's a brand new day if I'm telling you the truth. You can do shit today that was only available on the Jetsons. You can drive a car, don't need no gas, take that to a house, don't need no electricity. You can talk to an AI, write a letter to your plastic wife and your styrofoam kids, all in the same day. You can do some wonderful shit. You can play games for a living. You could be a gamer. Hold on. You could be an influencer. And get this. You could be an influencer and not influence a motherfucker to do a goddamn thing. You could be an influenceless influencer. Believe in yourself. Right. There's so many things that you can do. The only thing you cannot afford to do is fucking quit. Just don't fucking quit. If you don't take nothing else from this, this is America. This is the greatest country in the world. Not because some people say it, because it really the fuck is. If you traveled You know that. No matter how beautiful the place you visit, you still be happy than a motherfucker to get the fuck back here to America's stinking ass. Because we're number one. But in the greatest country in the world, in 1 year, 50,000 people committed suicide. The fuck? That's a city's worth of people that gave the fuck up. And think about it. None of them was the right one. All them people killed themselves. Ain't shit get better the next day. You could have stayed, bitch. You was not the problem. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself even if you ugly. Let me say it again for the people at home. Even if you ugly. Look at all the ugly people trying to act like they don't know who the fuck I'm talking to. Yeah, for the first time in history, it don't matter what the fuck you look like. You can fucking make it too. Look at the ugly people, they wanna believe, but they can't. It's true. Don't let nothing stop you. Trick Daddy is rich and famous. Do you hear me? You can do anything! Take that down. You know he ain't got that type of insurance. If he can make it, you can make it. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Believe in yourself. That's all I'm saying. Don't let nothing fucking stop you. Unless you in the motherfucking streets. If you in the streets, you gotta keep your head on a swivel. They are not playing fair out there. If they catch you, they'll make an example out of you, and they don't give a fuck who you is. They'll do anything. You see what the fuck they did to Tory Lanez? They took his freedom and his hairline in the same sentence. Give it all back. What? He was just standing there, bald and guilty. That's a terrible combination. I felt sorry for him because he ain't even from this country. He don't know how we get down. It was just a pinky toe. Well, that's 10 years for some pinky toes. They don't give a fuck who you is. It's a line. And if you cross it, that's your motherfucking ass. They came after Lizzo, and she is unproblematic. They don't give a fuck. It's a line. You can be fat. You can be black. You can't be no fat black bitch now. That's where they draw the line. You supposed to be happy and jolly, bitch. Where's your flute? The truth is, I'm telling you, you can do whatever you want to do, but it's still consequences. Hollywood is finding that out right now. There's a drug problem in Hollywood, they can't even tell you about it. It's whooping them so motherfucking bad. But y'all know I'll tell. I'm supposed to tell the truth. Here's the truth, won't nobody say. That motherfucking Ozempic is whooping Hollywood's ass. Do you hear me? Woo! That's the truth. That Ozempic is too fucked up and it's too strong. They know it's too strong. Ain't nothing they can do, it's too strong. I done seen the paperwork. It's too strong. They said Oprah took so much that Gail lost 12 pounds. Do you understand what I said? It's too strong. People are shitting themselves to death. It's too strong. I done seen the numbers. I was flabbergasted. I know a woman that weighed 126 pounds. She lost 131 pounds. Did you just do that math in your head that she had to borrow a few pounds from her friends and family? It's too strong. The only person that had the guts to come out and say this is fucked up is Sharon Osbourne. God bless her. She ain't been on it for 2 weeks. Take her picture down. She is trying to get better. She eating collard greens and cornbread right now. It's bad news sometimes, but it be good news too. And you gotta celebrate the good news. For the first time in history, you can love whoever the fuck you wanna love with no shame and no judgment. That's right. You should be proud of that. Yes. It shouldn't be nobody left in the closet at all. Come on out of there. Ain't nobody finna judge you. Just say what you is. That's right. For the first time in history, you just gotta claim your category. And they got a category for everybody. Even you. You don't wanna fuck nobody? You could be an asexual. That means they ask you who you'll fuck, and you said, not a person. You are asexual there. Whatever you like, you could just say it. You like pots and pans? You could be a pansexual. Everybody laughing but the white people. That's not right, Katt. You know better than that. Take that picture down. I shouldn't have made fun. There's no shame. We just all laughing. Pansexual don't have nothing to do with pots and pans or crock pots or sizzling fajitas or none of that shit. I looked it up. Pansexual mean you'll fuck whatever you looking at. That means you could be like P. Diddy. You could just go in the party with your eyes closed. Take that, take that, take that, take that. There are no wrong answers. But if you pansexual, ain't nobody finna judge you. Wayne Brady came right out and said, I am pansexual. Everybody was okay. It's what he said after that that scared me. Wayne Brady said, I am pansexual. And I'm single. What? I'd have never told nobody that shit. You mean you'll fuck anything and nothing wants to fuck you? I wouldn't have made that press announcement. You can kiss my ass. I'm gonna wait till somebody like me first.
I was just about to close my laptop. I really was. The screen was dimming, my hand was on the mouse, and I had already said goodnight to the room. But then I saw the title, Katt Williams on Hollywood, and I stopped. I stopped because Katt Williams and Hollywood have a complicated history. He has been in it, he has been out of it. He has been celebrated by it, he has been rejected by it. He has been used by it, he has been discarded by it. He has seen the inside of the machine, and he has seen the outside. And he has lived to tell the truth about both. So I clicked. And now here I am, hours later, because this video took me on a journey I didn't know I needed. A journey through the glitter and the grime, the dreams and the disappointments, the power and the powerlessness of the entertainment industry. Let me tell you about it. Let me walk you through it. Every single minute of it. The video starts quietly. No music, no flashy graphics, just Katt. He's sitting on a couch, not a fancy couch, a comfortable couch, the kind you sink into. He's wearing a simple hoodie, no hat, no sunglasses, no jewelry. He looks tired, not the tired of someone who hasn't slept, the tired of someone who has seen things, who has been through things, who has survived things. He's not looking at the camera. He's looking down at his hands. He's thinking. He's remembering. And then he starts talking. His voice is low, quiet, not the voice he uses on stage, a private voice, a voice he doesn't share with the world very often. He says, I need to talk about Hollywood. Not the Hollywood you see on TV, not the red carpets and the award shows and the glamour. The real Hollywood, the behind-the-scenes Hollywood, the one that chews people up and spits them out, the one that makes you feel like you're on top of the world one day and like you're nothing the next. The one that takes and never gives back. He pauses. He looks up. He's looking at the camera now. Right at me. Right at you. He says, I've been in this industry for a long time. I've seen things. I've experienced things. I've watched friends rise and fall. I've watched talented people get destroyed. I've watched the machine eat people alive and then act like they never existed. And I've learned that Hollywood is not your friend. Hollywood is not a family. Hollywood is a business, a cold, calculating, ruthless business. And if you forget that, if you let your guard down, if you trust the wrong people, it will destroy you. He shifts on the couch. He pulls his knees up. He looks smaller, younger, more vulnerable. He says, when I first came to Hollywood, I was young, I was hungry, I was desperate to make it. I thought that if I could just get a break, if I could just get my foot in the door, everything would be okay. I would be successful. I would be happy. I would be safe. And I did get a break. I got my foot in the door. I had success. I made money. I was in TV. I was living the dream. Or so I thought. He leans forward. His voice gets softer, more intense. He says, but what I didn't realize was that Hollywood was also taking things from me. My time, my energy, my peace of mind, my sense of self. They wanted me to be a certain way, to act a certain way, to say certain things, to not say other things. They wanted me to be a product, a brand, a thing that they could sell. And they didn't care about who I really was. They didn't care about my feelings. They didn't care about my well-being. They cared about the money. That's all they ever cared about. His eyes are wet. He says, I walked away from $50 million. People thought I was crazy. They thought I was throwing my life away. They thought I would regret it. But I didn't. I don't. Because I realized that the money wasn't worth it. The fame wasn't worth it. The success wasn't worth it. Not if it meant losing myself. Not if it meant being controlled. Not if it meant selling my soul. He looks at the camera, straight into it. He says, Hollywood wants you to think that you need them, that you can't make it without them, that they are the gatekeepers of success. And that's a lie. It's a lie they tell you to keep you in line, to keep you desperate, to keep you willing to do whatever they ask. But you don't need them. You don't need their approval. You don't need their validation. You can make your own way. You can build your own success, on your own terms. And that's what I did. He leans back. He takes a breath. He says, I'm not saying it's easy. It's not. It's hard. It's lonely. It's scary. But it's worth it. Because when you do it yourself, on your own terms, you keep your soul. You keep your integrity. You keep your freedom. And that's worth more than any amount of money. That's worth more than any award. That's worth more than any Hollywood success. He wipes his eyes. He doesn't hide it. He says, I've watched so many talented people get chewed up by Hollywood. People with real gifts, real abilities, real potential, and they got destroyed because they believed the lies. They believed that they needed Hollywood more than Hollywood needed them. They believed that they had to play the game. They believed that they had to compromise. And by the time they realized the truth, it was too late. They had lost themselves. They had lost their way. They had lost everything. He takes a sip of water. He says, I'm not saying all of Hollywood is bad. There are good people in Hollywood. There are people who genuinely care about the art, who genuinely care about the artists, who want to help you succeed without taking your soul. But they are the exception, not the rule. and you have to be careful. You have to protect yourself. You have to have people around you who have your back, who will tell you the truth, who will remind you who you are when you forget. He looks at the camera one more time. He says, "So here's my advice to anyone who wants to make it in Hollywood. Don't lose yourself. Don't sell your soul. Don't believe the lies. Remember that you are not a product. You are a person, with worth, with value, with dignity. And if Hollywood doesn't want you the way you are, then Hollywood doesn't deserve you. Go build your own thing. Create your own opportunities. Be your own gatekeeper, because you can, and you will, and you'll be free." He reaches out. His hand touches the camera. The video ends, and I'm just sitting here, in the dark, my living room, my blanket, my cold tea, my tired eyes, my wet cheeks, thinking about Katt Williams, about the man behind the jokes, about the truth teller behind the fame, about the survivor behind the controversies. I think about what he said about Hollywood being a business. Cold, calculating, ruthless. That's the truth. It's not a family. It's not a friend. It's a machine, and it will chew you up and spit you out if you let it. You have to protect yourself. You have to keep your guard up. You have to remember that you are not a product. You are a person. I think about what he said about walking away from $50 million. That took courage. That took integrity. That took knowing his worth. Most people would have taken the money. Most people would have sold their souls. But Katt knew that some things are more important than money. His soul, his peace, his freedom, and he chose himself. I think about what he said about the talented people who got destroyed, who believed the lies, who played the game, who compromised, and by the time they realized the truth, it was too late. That's a tragedy. That's a warning, and we need to hear it. I think about what he said about building your own thing, creating your own opportunities, being your own gatekeeper. That's the path to freedom. That's the path to keeping your soul. That's the path to real success. Not the world's success. Your success. That's the video. That's the commentary. That's what I've been sitting with for the past however long. 30 minutes. Maybe more. I lost track. Because this video made me think about things I hadn't thought about in years. About power and powerlessness. About integrity and compromise, about the cost of success and the value of your soul. And now I think I'll go to bed, but I won't sleep. Not right away. I'll lie there, staring at the ceiling, thinking about Katt Williams, about his quiet voice and his wet eyes and his truth about Hollywood, about the $50 million he walked away from and the soul he kept, about the talented people who got destroyed and the ones who survived, about the path to freedom and the price of selling out. And maybe, just maybe, I'll think about my own life, about the places where I've compromised, about the times I've played the game, about the things I've done to fit in, to get ahead, to be accepted. And I'll ask myself if it was worth it, if I lost something along the way, if I still have my soul. I'll think about what he said, that you can build your own thing, create your own opportunities, be your own gatekeeper. And I'll try to do that. I'll try to live on my own terms, to not sell my soul, to remember that I am not a product. I am a person, with worth, with value, with dignity, and I am free. Good night. For real this time. No more scrolling, no more videos, just me and the ceiling and the memory of Katt Williams's quiet voice and his wet eyes and his truth about Hollywood. And the hope that somewhere, in a world full of machines and products and compromises, there are people who are keeping their souls, people who are building their own thing, people who are free. I was just about to close my laptop. I really was. The screen was dimming, my hand was on the mouse, and I had already said goodnight to the room. But then I saw the title again. Katt Williams on Hollywood. A different video. A longer version, more stories, more pain, more truth, and I couldn't walk away. Not from him, not from this, not from the chance to sit with someone who has seen the inside of the beast and lived to tell about it. So I pressed play. And now here I am, hours later, because this man has done it to me again. He's made me think, he's made me feel, he's made me look at the entertainment industry and ask myself what it really costs to be successful. Let me tell you about this one. Let me walk you through it, every single minute of it. This video starts differently. No couch, no quiet room. Katt is walking down a street, a quiet street. Trees, houses, the sound of birds, the sound of his footsteps on the pavement. He's holding his phone, filming himself, and he's just talking. Like he's thinking out loud, like he forgot anyone might ever see this. Like he's having a conversation with himself, and we're lucky enough to be listening. He says, I've been thinking a lot about Hollywood, about the lies they tell you, about the promises they break, about the way they use you up and throw you away. And I've realized that most people don't understand what it's really like. They see the red carpets, they see the fancy parties, they see the magazine covers, and they think it's all glamour and glory. But it's not. It's a business, a cold, ruthless business. And if you're not careful, it will eat you alive. He stops walking. He's standing in front of a house, a small house, blue shutters, a porch, a swing. He looks at it for a long time. He doesn't say anything. And then he starts walking again. He says, I remember when I first got into the industry. I was young. I was excited. I thought I had made it. I thought I was on my way. And for a while I was. I got roles. I got paid. I got noticed. But I also started to see the other side. The side they don't show you. The side where people smile in your face and stab you in the back. The side where people promise you the world and then give you nothing. The side where people take credit for your work and leave you with nothing. He turns a corner. The street gets quieter. More trees, more birds. He says, I learned that Hollywood is not about talent. It's not about hard work. It's not about who you know. It's about who you're willing to be, what you're willing to do, what you're willing to sacrifice. And if you're not willing to play the game, they will find someone who is, someone younger, someone hungrier, someone who hasn't learned the truth yet. He stops. He's at a park now. A small park, a bench, a tree, a kid on a swing. He watches the kid for a moment. The kid doesn't know who he is, doesn't care. Just swinging, being a kid. Katt smiles, a soft smile, a remembering smile. He says, that kid has no idea what's waiting for him. If he wants to be in this business, he's going to have to learn things he shouldn't have to learn. He's going to have to see things he shouldn't have to see. He's going to have to do things he shouldn't have to do. And I hope that when that day comes, he remembers who he is. I hope he doesn't lose himself. I hope he doesn't sell his soul. He starts walking again. The park is behind him now. The trees are getting taller. The houses are getting farther apart. He says, I've seen people lose themselves in Hollywood. I've seen them change. I've seen them become people I don't recognize. They start out with good intentions. They start out wanting to make art, to tell stories, to make people laugh. And then the machine gets hold of them. The machine tells them they need to be thinner, younger, prettier, more marketable. The machine tells them they need to say certain things and not say other things. The machine tells them they need to smile when they want to scream. And slowly, they forget who they were. They forget what they wanted. They forget why they started. He pauses. He looks at the camera. His eyes are wet. He doesn't wipe them. He says, I've been lucky. I had people around me who reminded me who I was. My family, my friends, my community. They didn't care about my fame or my money. They cared about me. And when I started to lose myself, when I started to believe the lies, they pulled me back. They reminded me that I was more than a product, that I was more than a brand, that I was a person, and I owe them everything. He looks at the camera, straight into it. He says, I walked away from $50 million. People thought I was crazy. They thought I was throwing my life away. They thought I would regret it. But I didn't. I don't. Because I knew that the money wasn't worth it. The fame wasn't worth it. The success wasn't worth it. Not if it meant losing myself. Not if it meant becoming someone I didn't recognize. Not if it meant selling my soul. He pauses. He takes a breath. He looks up at the sky. He says, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I've made mistakes. I've done things I'm not proud of. I've hurt people. I've been hurt. But I've never become someone I'm not. I've never let Hollywood define me. And that's the only reason I'm still here. That's the only reason I'm still sane. That's the only reason I'm still free. He looks back at the camera. He says, so here's what I want to say to anyone who wants to make it in Hollywood. Don't lose yourself. Don't sell your soul. Don't believe the lies. Remember who you are. Remember where you came from. Remember why you started. And if Hollywood doesn't want you the way you are, then Hollywood doesn't deserve you. Go build your own thing. Create your own opportunities. Be your own gatekeeper, because you can, and you will, and you'll be free. He reaches out. His hand touches the camera. The video ends, and I'm just sitting here, in the dark, my living room, my blanket, my cold tea, my tired eyes, my wet cheeks, thinking about Katt Williams, about the man behind the jokes, about the truth-teller behind the fame, about the survivor behind the controversies. I think about what he said about Hollywood being a business, not about talent, not about hard work, about who you're willing to be, what you're willing to do, what you're willing to sacrifice. That's the truth. That's the hard truth. And it's not just Hollywood. It's any industry, any field, any place where power and money are at stake. I think about what he said about people losing themselves, starting out with good intentions, wanting to make art, to tell stories, to make people laugh. And then the machine gets hold of them. The machine tells them they need to change, to be thinner, younger, prettier, more marketable, to say certain things and not say other things, to smile when they want to scream, and slowly they forget who they were. That's a tragedy. That's a warning. I think about the kid on the swing. He has no idea what's waiting for him. If he wants to be in this business, he's going to have to learn things he shouldn't have to learn, see things he shouldn't have to see, do things he shouldn't have to do. I hope he remembers who he is. I hope he doesn't lose himself. I hope he doesn't sell his soul. I think about what he said about the people who kept him grounded, his family, his friends, his community. They didn't care about his fame or his money. They cared about him. And when he started to lose himself, they pulled him back. We all need that. We all need people who will remind us who we are when we forget, who will pull us back when we start to drift, who will love us not for what we do, but for who we are. That's the video. That's the commentary. That's what I've been sitting with for the past however long. 30 minutes, maybe more. I lost track. Because this video made me think about things I hadn't thought about in years. About power and powerlessness. About integrity and compromise. About the cost of success and the value of your soul. About the people who keep you grounded and the ones who let you drift. And now I think I'll go to bed. But I won't sleep. Not right away. I'll lie there, staring at the ceiling, thinking about Katt Williams, walking down a quiet street, talking about Hollywood, talking about the kid on the swing, talking about the people who kept him grounded, about the $50 million he walked away from and the soul he kept, about the lies and the truth and the freedom of being yourself. And maybe, just maybe, I'll think about my own life, about the places where I've been asked to change, to be someone I'm not, to say things I don't believe, to smile when I want to scream, and I'll ask myself if it was worth it, if I lost something along the way, if I still have my soul. I'll think about the people who keep me grounded, who remind me who I am when I forget, who pull me back when I start to drift, and I'll thank them. I'll hold them close. I'll never take them for granted. I'll think about what he said, that you can build your own thing, create your own opportunities, be your own gatekeeper, and I'll try to do that. I'll try to live on my own terms, to not sell my soul, to remember that I am not a product. I am a person, with worth, with value, with dignity, and I am free. Good night, for real this time. No more scrolling. No more videos. Just me and the ceiling, and the memory of Katt Williams's quiet voice, and his wet eyes, and his walk down a quiet street. And the hope that somewhere, in a world full of machines and compromises, and people who have lost themselves, there are people who are still themselves, people who haven't sold their souls, people who have people who keep them grounded, people who are free.